Hello and welcome to Our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 20.
This morning we got up early. It is Sunday morning, so we went to a local church before heading over to our UPS store to check our mail. And we did fuel up the car for the first time this year.
That was definitely an unexpected side effect of living in the resorts and taking Disney transportation everywhere, is that we only filled up once every, 3 weeks at this point? So that's pretty awesome and saved us a little bit of money on fuel there.
Now, when we got back to our resort, we did walk over to the boardwalk, and we actually went to the pizza window. We had not really gone there before. So we got some pizza. I actually really enjoyed it. Robert said it was just okay.
I didn't think it was necessarily bad. I just thought it was maybe a little better than food court pizza that you would get maybe at All Star or Art of Animation or Pop Century, but it wasn't quite to the level of, let's say, Via Napoli. So it wasn't bad pizza. It just wasn't anything that really impressed me and made me want to go back for more personally. But
well, maybe I just enjoyed pizza, but I really liked it.
I don't know. I had a meatball sub though, and I did enjoy the meatball sub. That was very, very good. A lot of food there with that. And so we both had something we liked. That was fine.
Yeah, and then we headed over to the bakery there on the boardwalk and got a couple little treats and had fun taking lots and lots of pictures of those. So we took some fun pictures of the Mickey cupcake and then, of course, the Mickey brownie, because I'm just a huge fan of brownies, so we're always going to get the brownie. So we had fun taking pictures there, and then we headed back to our resort.
At the resort, I grabbed my camera bag because I was planning to take pictures there in Magic Kingdom today. And so we hopped on a bus and headed over to Magic Kingdom. Now we got there and wanted to take a PhotoPass picture right away on Main Street, of course. And you can see from the picture, today is a little bit chillier than it was yesterday when we were hanging out at the pool. Again, Florida, you never know what you're gonna get in January, but quite chilly today. And so we headed down Main Street and stopped when we heard the parade coming. It was not the regular parade, it was the Move It, Shake It, Mouse Can Dance It, Mickey Mouse Birthday Party Dance Parade. It was a lot of fun. That was our first time seeing it.
Best parade.
It was just so fun with everybody dancing with the characters and the little floats and everything. It was just so cool. So we stopped, enjoyed that, and of course I had my camera, so I took some pictures of all the different characters, like Mickey and Minnie together, and then Pluto and Daisy and Donald, and even when I turned around back down Main Street as they were heading out and leaving the park, I saw the most beautiful shot there at the train station because the sky was just so perfect that day. So I followed them down Main Street and took the picture I wanted from the train station, then went over to the Town Square Theater where we got in line for Mickey and Minnie because at that point, it was celebrating Mickey's 90th birthday still, so Mickey and Minnie were together and wearing their birthday outfits.
It was super cute, and of course we took lots of pictures with them. We even had these adorable little Funko Pop Mickey and Minnie, so we took some pictures with them as well, with Mickey and Minnie. So we just had a lot of fun getting to see them. They were adorable. I personally wish they would keep them together all the time when we get to see them, because they just do so well together. They're so much fun when there's both of them.
Yeah, they kind of play off each other, and it's really fun to have the different interactions, especially when it's a couple, like just two people there. It's cool because she'll be talking to Minnie Mouse, and I'm talking to Mickey Mouse, and it's just fun for both of us at the same time, and it's just a different experience with two characters at the same time.
As we headed down Main Street, we realized we weren't super hungry, but hungry enough that we could share something. So we headed to Casey's to get a bacon mac and cheese hot dog. Robert had the hot dog. I had the fries because I love Disney fries. I could eat them all the time. They're so good, you guys. So we had that, we shared it, and while we were in there, Robert was watching a football game and ended up making some friends.
Yeah, I just had my phone out because it was one of the championship games for the NFL playoffs. I had my phone out, had the game on, and it was the kind of bar seating there inside the Casey's seating area. And I just propped it up against the wall and was watching the game. And next thing I know, I have a crowd of people standing around me, and we're all watching the game together, waiting on Happily Ever After, which is happening in like 30 or 40 minutes. So until we were done with our food and Happily Ever After was getting ready to start, we all sat there and watched the game together and made friends in Casey's.
Because why not?
Why not, you know?
And like he said, we were waiting for Happily Ever After, so when it was time, we walked out to Main Street and of course watched Happily Ever After. It never gets old. And we took some pictures with our new Mickey Celebration sipper cup. So we took pictures with him and the fireworks. It was just the perfect setup.
It really was. And it's such a cute sipper. It's actually on the shelf behind us. You just can't see it because it's on the bottom shelf. But it's one of our favorite sippers they've come out with because it's just Mickey and fun. He's got the birthday hat and everything. It's great. So now that Happily Ever After has ended, everyone starts leaving the park, but the park is actually open until 11 tonight. So we thought, why not stay in the park late, ride a few rides, and enjoy ourselves and take a few more pictures here a little bit later. So we went into the park and rode Haunted Mansion, we rode Pirates of the Caribbean, we rode several other rides just because we could. Why not? There's low wait times, everyone's trying to leave anyway, and I wanted to stay at the park till after closing because tonight is a very special night. It is the eclipse. It is the blood moon. Super exciting. It's supposed to reach the full eclipse, I believe around 1 o'clock or so, which I knew I'd probably get kicked out of the park before then. So we kind of rode the rides and stuff until everything closed. And at 11 o'clock when the park closed, I went back behind the castle and set up in a perfect spot where I had this shot of the moon up above the spires of the castle. So I stayed there taking pictures as the moon went through the different phases of the eclipse. It was slowly getting there, just waiting on them to come and kick me out.
And at this point, I didn't have a lot to do. He was taking pictures, so I didn't need to do anything with my phone in that case. So I posted on social media, answered some comments, and just kind of scrolled through and then decided I didn't want to just sit there, especially because it was still really cold. It was only getting colder because it was getting later in the evening. So I went to Main Street and the photographers were still out because there was still quite a few people out in that area. So I went and took pictures with every single photographer on Main Street by myself and told them what I was doing. So they each were like, okay, what pose have you done? So then they each set up poses for me. It was a lot of fun. We just had a great time. So he's out there by himself just taking pictures, and I'm just having the time of my life talking to all these cast members and taking pictures. And I didn't tell him what I did. I just showed him all the pictures later, which was a lot of fun.
It was very fun. And I was, of course, being the boring person back there pushing the button on the camera. Now, normally they would have kicked us out a lot sooner, I think. But then we realized as we were leaving why they hadn't really been pushing everyone out. It was because a cheer competition had just ended and the winning groups were being allowed into the park. So there were still people coming in, and it kind of just blended us into the crowd, I guess. I look like a cheerleader. I don't know. So we decided to leave since they kind of told me I can't stay behind the castle anymore, go out on Main Street. But we were allowed to stay on Main Street. We didn't have to actually leave the park. Now, granted, there's nothing to do except take pictures of the moon that's kind of getting really close to the eclipse. So we walked down Main Street, just kind of watching the moon as we went. And we got down there right to the main hub at the front of Main Street, and the moon was about to have the full eclipse. So I set up right there on the ground, just sat down and got my camera on a tripod and took the picture of the blood moon. So I got my picture I wanted, even though it's not the one I really wanted with the castle in it. I still got a picture of the eclipse from Magic Kingdom. At this point, it's very, very, very late.
Yes,
and we are ready to go back to our resort and get some sleep because it has been a very long day.
And I also wanted to warm up because at this point I was freezing. It was very cold. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. Thankfully, buses were still running. So we did get on a bus, head back to our resort, and that is our day for the day. So we will see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.